right, so we're going to continue with rational equations now. So we're going to move on to a proportion. So a proportion is a ratio, which is another name for a fraction, that's equal to another ratio. So a proportion is solved by using cross multiplication to simplify it and then solving for that variable. So we've been dealing with fractions. We were graphing rational expressions in the last video. So now we just have a fraction equaling a fraction. So we're still kind of on the same page here, but now we have to solve this because I want to know what does v equal here. So cross multiplication literally means I'm going to go across like this from top to bottom, and I have to go from fraction to fraction. So I have 6 times v minus 5, and you can see I've put it over here. I'm using parentheses to show you that I'm multiplying 6 by all the entire binomial. I'm not just multiplying it by v or by 5, it's by both, okay? And then I'm going to cross the other direction. So I'm going to have 5 times 4, and these two equal each other. What we're essentially doing, cross multiplication is a very fast way to get rid of the fractions. So we move from division to multiplication. Nothing has really changed. All the numbers are still here, but we're changing it in a way so that we can multiply instead of divide, so we don't have fractions anymore. Okay, so let's distribute this 6, because that's what we have to do whenever we have parentheses. We're going to go 6 times v, we're going to go 6 times 5. So 6 times v, we get 6v, we just squish them together. 6 times negative 5, we're going to get negative 30. Okay? And now equals 20 because I simply just go 5 times 4. Okay, so each step when we're simplifying, we're, literally just simplifying a little bit more. All right, so now this is as simple as it can get as far as simplification goes. Now I have to move on to solving, which means I'm going to get v by itself. I want to move everything away from v. So I start with addition subtraction. So I'm going to go, well, this negative 30 really means minus 30, right? I'm subtracting 30. So I'm going to add 30 to both sides because I want to get it away from the v, okay, or whatever variable this is. So 6v is going to drop down. 30 minus 30, any number minus itself is 0. And then 20 plus 30 is 50. And now I'm going to look at what's being done to the v. And while I'm multiplying by 6, remember when I'm squishing them together, it means multiplication. So 6 times v, the opposite is division. So I'm going to divide on both sides. 6 divided by 6 is 1. So when I'm subtracting, it's 0. When I'm dividing, is 1. So v drops down. 50 divided by 6. Well, I can't really do 50 divided by 6 because it doesn't go in evenly. If you tried this, you'd get a decimal. But I can reduce. So they can both divide by 2, right? So I get 25 and 3. So I can divide the top and the bottom by 2. It doesn't necessarily say in simplest form, but a lot of the time Alex will expect you to just keep going until it's in simplest, till it's all the way reduced. Okay, I would not type in a decimal. If you did 25 divided by 3 or 50 divided by 6, they're the same fraction, just one's reduced. You'll get a very long repeating decimal, and it hasn't given me any instructions on rounding, so I wouldn't do that. Okay, just be careful about that. It's kind of the quirkiness of the system there. All right, we have a word problem here. So an aquarium tank can hold 5,400 liters of water. There are 2 pipes that can be used to fill the tank. The first pipe alone can fill the tank in 90 minutes. The second pipe can fill the tank in 60 minutes by itself. When both pipes are working together, how long does it take them to fill the tank? So this is just, if we, actually turned on both pumps, it's not going to take 60 minutes or 90 minutes. It's going to take a different amount of time because they're both working at the same time, right? So we need to look at each one. So we're going to look at the first pipe alone can provide the 5,400 gallons of water, liters of water in 90 minutes, okay? Thus, it can fill the tank at a rate of 5,400 divided by 90. So we just want to know how many liters per minute is it. So we just divide. It can do 60 liters every minute. That's a lot. That's pretty quick. So the second pipe can provide the same amount of water, the 5,400, but now it can do it in 60 minutes, right? So this is even quicker because it took 90 minutes to do the 5,400 here, but it's only taking 60 minutes to do the 5,400 here. So now when I divide by 60, it's going to be 90 liters per minute. So 60 liters per minute, 90 liters per minute. It's definitely more liters per minute on the second tank or the second pipe. So now, because the first pipe, we just did this, has 60 liters per minute, and the second pipe has 90 liters per minute. So I know them separately. I want to find out together they can fill the tank at a rate of 60 plus 90. I'm going to add them together for per minute, because this is how much they're doing per minute. So together, it's 150 liters per minute. That's kind of a lot of liters per minute. That's a decent amount of water here. So therefore, the 5,400 liters of water with the two pipes working together will take 5,400 divided by 150, which is only 36 minutes. That's definitely a lot faster than the 60 or the 90, right? For the minutes. Well, it was 90 or 60, sorry, for the minutes. I was referencing the wrong numbers there. Same numbers, but wrong reference. So it's just a way of looking at kind of a work problem. All right, so this was working on proportions and then a word problem for kind of a basic work problem here. So I hope that helped, and I will see you on the next video.